Hey guys, before I get into this video, I just want to say that yes, I said I was planning to do some reading vlogs, but I feel that I'm not ready to do them yet, as I don't know what I could bring. I will probably do some reading vlogs or dip my toe into them sometime during this year, but right now I'm more comfortable doing what I'm doing right now, and that is my book review videos, my TBRs, book hauls, and that type of stuff. But I am planning to do some reading vlogs sometime during this year. Hi guys, my name is David. If you're new here, hi, welcome. And if you have been watching my videos for a while now, welcome back. So the book that I am going to be reviewing today is The Colour of Our Souls by Ana Lucia Rancel. I'm pretty sure I pronounced her name right. I read this as a to actually fulfill a prompt for a readathon that I'm doing, which is the a Bookworm's New Year Readathon, and this fulfills the prompt of read a debut novel. And this was written by a fellow booktuber. Her channel name is called Books and BS, and she did a video a while ago. She hasn't uploaded any videos for several months now, but she uploaded a video about 3 months ago saying that she has published a book, and I watched that video. I commented on it saying that I bought it straight away. I bought it on my Kindle because as far as I'm aware, you can only get it on Kindle, and I told her that I bought it on my Kindle and that I would be reviewing it at the beginning of this year. She didn't ask me to do this. I decided to do it off my own bat, and this is the book that I'm going to be that I actually read to actually fulfill the prompt of read a debut novel for this readathon. So this book was originally published on the 25th of August 2020, and the genre is YA fantasy. And of course, this is going to be a spoiler-free video, and this is going to be my own thoughts and opinions regarding this book. I'm also sure that I am the first person to review this on YouTube or BookTube, so that's great. And also, if you're wondering, yes, this book is currently on Goodreads. And I am also going to be linking down in the description my Goodreads account, so if you want to go there and see what I am currently reading now. I have also written a review on Goodreads regarding this book, so if you want to read that, you can click on the link down below and check it out. So before I tell you guys what the story is all about, let me just read a little section from the acknowledgements page, which is at the end of the book. This is by the author herself, and don't worry, this doesn't include any spoilers. I just thought that it would be relevant, and because I enjoyed this section, so I thought that you guys would too. But this is what she says. When I started writing this book, I was 14 years old. I was the lonely quiet girl in the back of the classroom that no one noticed or paid attention to. But that was okay, because I had books to give me company. Writing has always been my escape. I wrote this book because no matter how many stories I read, I couldn't find the one I needed. That being quiet was okay. That even the girl no one noticed could still be a hero too. Every bit of my soul and love goes into this story for all the children, teenagers and adults out there who don't feel noticed. I hope you know you're as important and valued and powerful as anyone else. So sorry about that little section of me reading. I'm not used to reading out loud, so it's kind of awkward for me to do, but hopefully you enjoyed it. So when the story opens up, we are introduced to our main character called Vita Mori. I probably haven't pronounced that right, but I've done my best. But her best friend in this novel calls her Vi, so that's what I'm going to be referring to her as. So Vi is with her mum and dad and her sister called Kaylee, and they are sitting in a field on benches. There are numerous rows of these chairs, and everyone is attending this funeral for this gentleman called Mr. Marley, who was the town librarian for over 30 years. Everyone in this funeral isn't really, in my opinion, respectful of this event. They are constantly on their phones, and I'm pretty sure someone in the back is actually falling asleep. And they are giving me the impression that they don't really want to be there. And we find out that Mr. Marley has a widow called Miss Marley. She goes up and touches the coffin and pays her respects. And after this actually happens, we Miss Marley goes up to Vi at the reception area where everyone goes to in a massive rush, straight after the funeral, to have all this food and drink, and it's kind of like a big party type of thing. And also I forgot to mention that Vi and her family are Spanish. I'm not sure whether this novel is set in Spain, but their nationality is Spanish. And don't worry, they speak in English, but in sections of the book where Vi is with her mum and dad, they do have little sections where they have parts in Spanish, but it wasn't really an issue for me, as my Kindle had a translation capability, so it told me what it said, or give me the translation. So at this wake, or at this reception area, Miss Marley goes up to Vi and gives her a box and tells her that Mr. Marley wanted her to have it, and she tells Vi, do not tell anyone about this box. Do not tell them that you have been given it. Don't tell them what's in it. Just basically don't tell anyone what has just happened. And she finds out that this is weird. And when she goes home, she puts it in a wardrobe, and she wants to open it, but she doesn't. She puts it in the back of the wardrobe and tries to forget about it. When her family do go home after the wake, they have got numerous cats, and on the porch, Vi sees a black cat, and she's the only one that can see this black cat. No one in her family can see it. I'm pretty sure they walk through it, or the cat rather walks through them, and they don't really acknowledge it. I thought that this was going to be an important factor in the book, or something that something that would come up later during the story, but it's never referenced again, and if it is, it's very cryptic. I'm really not sure what significance the cat actually had, but yeah, but it was a cool little creature, I suppose. So as the story goes on, Vi opens the box, and she does this after her mum has actually been attacked by a mysterious shadow creature, and the creature comes out of a portal, and they have a fight. And Vi has these strange abilities and powers that turn her eyes purple, and whenever she becomes emotionally unstable, or she becomes angry or frustrated, or one of her emotions becomes heightened to an extreme level, a specific power emanates from her body, and she uses that to fight against a strange shadow creature or demon or whatever it is. And after this, the demons get sucked back into the portal or goes away, but after this it drags Vi's mother with it. And after this, Vi goes into her bedroom, she gets the box out and she opens it, and she finds a big book in this box that Mr. Marley had actually left her. And it has a letter in it saying that she she isn't a part of this world. She isn't human. She was born in a different dimension, and she was brought here as a baby, and she was brought up as being human, but she's not. And she has numerous powers as well. And that she has to go and have a look at the book, which tells her what this dimension is all about. Basically, it's history, and it's basically an encyclopedia of this world. This world is called the Hold, and that's where Vi originally was born, and that's where her parents are. Her parents that she is with on Earth aren't her real parents. That they are the people that brought her up, but they aren't her birth or natural parents. She really doesn't know how to take this. She and her sister have kind of like a debate about this. Her sister Kaylee comes home one day, and after this fight, and she comes across all these broken doors and windows and this chaos afterwards. And Vi tells her what's going on, and reluctantly she accepts it. They both come across this glowing figure of this man that's very muscular and blue as well, and he's very handsome, which is what describes it in the book. And he basically tells her that she needs to go to the Hold and rescue her parents. And that, but people are trying to capture her and kill her. And when she turns 18, all of her powers that she has inside her will manifest and be increased to an extreme level. And also these, as I said, these powers are triggered by heightened emotional responses, such as anger, fear, love, and all that type of stuff. We also find out that Vi has a best friend called Red. Now Red is very, very protective and loyal to Vi to a ridiculous level. They are close, really, really tight. But Red is a rebel. She has multicolored hair. She dresses in all these. She's basically like a emo / goth kid or whatever. And they go off. So Vi, Kaylee, and Red go off to the Hold, and they want to try to rescue Vi's parents. And we discovered that these shadow creatures are called the Tembris. I'm not sure if I've said that right, but that's the closest that I can get to it. In the Hold, these creatures are not shadow creatures. They are massive stone lava creatures that are very much real, and they have red eyes. When the girls try to go into the Hold, because they have a map, and Vi tries to find the location of this portal so she can go in from Earth to the Hold. Kind of like a gateway. She wants to find the gateway so she can go into the Hold and find her parents. And along the way, because at that time I was thinking, oh, okay, 3 strong female characters, great, but is this a girls only club, or aren't there any guys coming along? We find out that there is 2 boys that are from the school that these girls are from. These guys are called Aiden and Dex. I couldn't really they are kind of like a carbon copy of one another. They don't really have any character traits that kind of separate them out. And they're okay, I suppose, but they don't really add anything to the general story. They are more protective over Vi and the girls, in my opinion, but they don't really add anything. So when they when they find the portal and they go into the Hold, they find out that Vi is a child from 2 kingdoms, which are, in the Hold there are 3 kingdoms. The White Kingdom, which is inhabited by these creatures called the Lux, which, as I said, they are the big glowing creatures, kind of humanoid, and they're kind of angelic, and they have blue eyes. And they have the Dark Kingdom, which is inhabited by the Tendris, which are, as I said, these lava creatures, these stone lava creatures. And you have the Golden Kingdom, which is inhabited by the king of the Hold Kingdom, and he is the kind of ruler of everything. And we find out that Vi is actually the child of a Lux and a Temptress who fell in love, had sex, and had Vi. And this is what, and throughout the book she's been referred to as the Forbidden Grey. Now, the Lux and the Temptress aren't supposed to mate and have sex and have children with each other. And this upsets the king to an extreme level, and he feels threatened by Vi incredibly. He wants to destroy Vi at any cost, no matter if he dies in the process, no matter what his kingdom think of him. He wants to destroy and kill Vi. That's his main objective throughout this book. And Vi discovers and meets up with her natural birth parents. And that's kind of sweet, and that's kind of like a nice reunion. And but Vi comes across this rebel force, which is a group of both Lux and Temptress working together to try to overthrow the king, because they think that the king, in their opinion, isn't the natural king, that he didn't earn his right to be the rightful ruler of the hold. They actually think that he kind of like took the coward's way out and didn't earn the right to be the true king. And they refer to Vi as their queen. They want her to battle the king, kill him, overthrow him, and be the rightful queen and ruler of the hold. That's what they decide to actually, that's what they tell Vi, that that's what they want her to actually do. And in a way they do, but they are very mischievous. Well, not really mischievous. They're kind of like have their own hidden motivations. And yeah, so that's basically what the story is all about. There is a mysterious creature called the Great Dragon, who is only mentioned briefly in this book, but he's kind of like I think he's more like the god figure of this whole world, but he's not really like in this book. He's kind of mentioned. And halfway through this book, because for the first half of this book, it's told from the perspective of Vi. That's from her perspective. But over halfway through the book, it splits up into two perspectives. Of one perspective from Vi and Kaylee, because they get split up, and Kaylee goes off, and her mission is to find Vi's parents, or her parents, and to try to free her friends who are trapped in the rebel fortress. Because when you are in the hold, the longer that you are there, the faster you become either a Lux or a Temptress. Your body changes physically, your eyes change, your mood changes, your personality changes. You basically change from a human being into this other creature. And she tries to turn her friends from these creatures back into their human forms, and meet up with Vi and go home and live happily ever after. And Vi's section in this book is where she gets captured by the king, and they want to have a battle with each other, and that's basically Vi's story. So yeah, that's basically the story of the book. I hope I've explained it right. Also, I forgot to mention that in the hold, Vi is regarded as a prophecy. She's a figure that they have been waiting a long time for her to come into the hold and deliver them to salvation and to dethrone the king. So they refer to her, as I said, as the Forbidden Grey. And they have all these songs and like prophecies about her, and this is kind of overwhelming for her, but she kind of has conflicts between her Lux self and her Temptress self, because inside her she has like two creatures that are both probably good and evil, and she has all this conflict within her. She doesn't know what to actually listen to. She doesn't know whether to dethrone the king and become the queen, because she's very quiet. And it brings out her anger and her frustration about being ignored in the human world, and having all this power. That's a big part of the book, is all this ultimate power that corrupts and tries to corrupt Vi and turn her into something that she's not. And she doesn't know whether to do this to become the queen, or to take her parents back home and live happily ever after. She doesn't know what to actually do, but that's a really unique struggle of the book, is her having this inner conflict and struggle within herself. So what did I like about the book? I like the characters. I like the characters of Vi and Kaylee and Red to a certain extent. I like the overall world of the Hold, although the overall world building of the Hold isn't to an extreme level. You are told enough about the world that will get you through the book, if that makes sense. I like the I actually like the creatures of the Tempest and the Lux. I like the King, about how he has all this power. He has all this electricity power within him, and that's his kind of his power, is electricity, and he uses that in fights. And yes, this book does have battles, and it doesn't have like these big, massive Lord of the Rings battles. They're kind of like small, confined battles, or battles on a one-on-one type of thing. But when they do happen, they're kind of entertaining as well. And yeah, I like the overall story and characters, and and the book as a whole. So what did I dislike about the book? To be honest, not a lot. The only two things that I disliked about this novel is the as I said, whenever Vi's parents are around, they always, as they are Spanish, they have these little short sentences or words or phrases that they use, and they are Spanish. So whenever I came across them sections, I had to highlight them and have my Kindle translate them for me. And this wasn't really much of a pain in the arse to actually do, but it did kind of temporarily take me out of the story, but not that much. It really wasn't a big deal for me. But I would have actually liked it if Anna had the kind of the translation in the book after the Spanish phrase, and kind of had brackets, and this is what it means, if that makes sense. Another thing that I didn't really like about the book is how I mean, I don't know if this is a problem with the writing style, because it was a good book, or whether I was tired at the time, but I felt that when I was reading it, it kind of like there was something that actually happened suddenly, and I had to go back and because I thought I missed something. It was like going along while I was doing her stuff, and then boom, this happens, and I was like, where did this come from? I mean, did I actually miss it? And so I had to go back several times and read it. But again, it wasn't much of a big deal. So what am I going to rate this book? I am going to rate it 4 stars out of 5. I was originally going to give it a 3.5 stars, but the ending was the deciding factor for me. The ending was so good. It didn't end how I was expecting it to be, or how I thought it was going to end. And the ending was really good, and the ending bumped up to 4 stars for me right at the very last minute. So 4 stars out of 5 for this book. So that's it, guys. That is my review on The Colour of Our Souls. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment down below, let me know if I've encouraged you to pick this book up, if I've inspired you to read it, if you're interested in, if this is something that you would be interested in reading. If you have any questions about the stories, or the storyline, or the characters, or the book as a whole, comment down below and we'll have a discussion about it. And if you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really does mean a lot to me. If you do subscribe, please click on the little bell notification button, just so you know whenever I upload videos, which is every Monday and Friday. I will also link down in the description a link to Anna's BookTube channel, which is called Books BS. She hasn't uploaded any videos for several months, but if you are curious about watching her videos, which I suggest that you do, the link will be down below to her channel as a whole, and I will put a link down there as well to her video that introduced me to this book. And lastly, with all that said, have a great day, read some awesome books, and I will see you all in my next video.